everyone, this is Kelly Cahoot, and I am back with another video for Honeybee Stamps. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. This video goes live the day after Christmas, so I hope everybody is having a wonderful time with their loved ones. Anyway, so for this project, this is a total one-layer card. So I've started out with just a top folding card base, and I used the Hill border dies from Honeybee Stamps. I used the negative piece that was left over after cutting a hillside and used that as a mask to mask off that area to add the green. That's Lucky Clover Distress Oxide ink. And I am taking this sweet little bird from the Snowbird stamp set. He's the one that has the cute little earmuffs on, but I am not going to use those for earmuffs. They are going to be a little headset or little earphones, just something cute, another way to get some more use out of that cute little Snowbird stamp set. So I did stamp him on some masking paper as well, and I always check to make sure that I am stamping on the correct side of that masking paper because it never fails. Usually it's at this point that I'm trying to stick it down onto my project and I realize that I've stamped it on the wrong side and it is backwards. So I made sure this time we are good to go. I have my little mask down and I'm going to use this cloud stencil, and that is from the Outdoor Scene stencil set. There are 4 stencils in that set, and this cloud stencil is one of them. I love this thing. So there are 4 different sides, different shapes clouds, and you can also flip that over and get even more use out of the other side. So lots of possibilities with that. I'm using some Broken China Distress Oxide ink, and I am just very simply, very easily blending that on right on top of that stencil there. And I love the way this looks because that color just kind of fades and it's wispy right into the next set of clouds. So I love the way that that turns out. And I am just going to use my little pick tool, little craft pick, to pick off that mask, and I can save that and use it again later for another project. And I am going to do some super simple stamping and coloring on this card. Now, I want it to say "You Rock" because, like I said, I'm making him wear little headphones, and I am taking the little music notes out of the Seasons Tweetings stamp set. There's a little bird in that set that looks like he's singing, but I am borrowing those musical notes, so those are coming out of and kind of floating up away from this sweet little bird wearing his little earphones. And I use the brushed alpha. I'm going to have everything linked below, but that alphabet is also from Honeybee Stamps. And I just stamped out "You Rock." I did those one by one because I wanted to make sure that that scripty font was overlapping the little ends of those letters. And so I just did that and stamp that by hand. I'm using a black pen to add, a little cord off there to the side, a little twirly cord. And I am borrowing this "Thank You for Your Kindness" stamp set, and I will have that listed below as well. And I looked up just how to simply color a canary. And I have to tell you, I was so inspired by Jennifer McGuire's video that she did with these sweet little birds. And I don't know if you're like me, but I love Jennifer not because she introduces us to lots of great product, but she also is a great reminder of supplies and things that I forget about. And so I was like, oh yeah, I do have these awesome colored pencils and I have some Gamsol and the stumps, and I just don't pull them out to use them very often. So I was so excited when I saw that video. I was totally inspired to pull out my colored pencils and my Gamsol, and I'm sure all of you were as well. That's one reason why I love watching her videos, because she seems to bring up and remind us of supplies that maybe we have in our craft room that we have just kind of set aside and forgot to use. So that's the way I colored this little bird. Super simple, super easy. My teenage daughter loves to color with colored pencils and use Gamsol as well because it's so much easier to get a good blend than with Copic markers. There's a huge learning curve with Copic markers, and so if you have children or teenagers, or you're just starting out with stamping and coloring, this is a great option to get some great looks for your cards and your projects. One, without spending a whole lot of money on the Copic markers or other types of markers, but um, your coloring and everything just turns out fantastic, and everything looks well blended and looks like you spent a lot of time when maybe you really didn't have to. So I pulled out a yellow to color my little canary, and then he is going to have blue headphones, and I'm coloring those the exact same way, just dipping one of those paper stumps into some Gamsol and then blending that out. Super quick, super easy. The Gamsol and that little stump just does all the work for you. So this took no time at all. I took a black glaze pen and I am filling in some of the features on the little bird's face, his little eyes, and then also filling in some of the open spaces on those music notes as well. I love this black glaze pen. Not only does it add the color, but it adds a little bit of shine and dimension as well. And then that card is totally done. One layer top folding card with the use of stencils, mask, and some easy colored pencil coloring. All the supplies are listed below and are found at honeybeestamps.com. Again, happy holidays, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.